June's coming up. Tracy and I've just about got the blues.
I'm telling you, it's about
I need
that
some
time.
barbecue, man.
I
need
know.
some barbecue. So it's right around the corner. Let's talk about it. Barbecue and Blues.
All right, we've got that June 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's open to the public on the 13th. We have changed the time.
Okay.
It starts at 11 a.m. to 2 or 3 p.m. Our bands that are going to be playing are TRB Treble Band. They're a good blues band. And then we also have Dustin Pitsley Band. He seems to be hitting the scene really hard.
Absolutely.
It seems like every festival, or if you open up the Current Land, he's playing it just about all across Oklahoma. So we were able to nail him down for that afternoon. We also have, hopefully, I have sent in an application to the Guinness World Records to see if they can come out and measure our world's largest smoker.
Fun.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So we're hoping that, I've looked all on the Guinness World Records website, and there is no such thing as the world's largest permanent smoker. So we really have a good chance at this.
So we could make a first in that category and be the title holder until someone made a bigger one.
Exactly.
And could prove it. Okay, well that's cool stuff. Yes,
that's really neat stuff. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. We also have Capstone the Magician that's going to be in the children's activities. We're really excited about him. I had seen him at a festival last year, and he was grabbing the attention of adults and children alike. He does a lot of sleight of hand and a lot of jokes, and it was a lot of fun. Before, within less than 2 minutes, he had a crowd of 50 people around him. So he grabs that attention really quickly. So he will be performing at 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. He'll have those 2 time slots in his own tent in the children's activities.
Nice.
We're also going to have a dunk tank where we're going to put our city leaders up there.
Now, right, let me address everyone that's watching this. Which one of y'all don't want to see that?
Right. I'm already getting, I've been calling people out. I haven't been actually calling them and saying, hey, can you do this in the dunk tank? I've just been calling them out like in the paper and stuff like that and saying, well, I think Terry Brennan is going to be dunked that day.
Well, what better way to get them to do it?
Right. Yeah. They're hooked. They're already in it, They have to do it. I've gotten a couple, I won't be there that weekend. I'm like, oh, how convenient.
Oh.
I've gotten a couple of those.
Well, is there any way we could double check that as the time approaches and make sure that you're really gone that weekend? I don't know about that, Tracy. I don't know.
I know. I'm hoping to have a really good list on that one. But I thought it was a great idea. The pipeline companies, we have 11 pipeline companies that are going to be cooking 100 to 125 pounds of brisket for the public. And this is just samples, but this allows a time for the pipeline companies to network with the public and the public to network with the pipeline companies while they're sampling their barbecue. I thought it would also be a great opportunity for the city leaders to bridge that gap with the public and have a chance to network with the public during this. And what better way than to be dunking them? And have a good time.
That sounds perfect.
I know, and it's going to be 100 degrees outside. Who wouldn't want to?
Right, you might stand in line to
get up there. I might be the one to get dunked.
Right, we'll add you to the list.
I know. I'm going to be working out there. I'm going to be belly feeling.
Bring it on.
I need some water. We are also hoping that we have a company who is going to supply some misting machines. They have some that are in production right now that they're making, and they're hoping to have those done by BBQ and Blues so we can have some misting machines and keep people cool. We also have Moving Food, our food truck, who is a chamber member. He is going to be out there and serving lunch through because pipeline companies are just giving samples. They are not there to feed
it's never
lunch.
was really intended as a...
Exactly.
It's not a meal. It never has been a meal.
No.
It's samples to vote on...
Who's the best.
Who's the best in that people's choice
That's
category.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll also have the Kansas City certified judges there.
Sweet.
So it's all in the up and up. So there's no favoritism. Yeah, there's no favoritism there. It's all in the up and up for all 11. All of them have to face all the criteria
Right.
that a Kansas City certified judge would do at any other barbecue that they're invited to. We just have a lot of activities that are going, because it is our 20th. We
Yes,
wanted to
and
make
how
it big and
exciting is
exciting.
that?
Yes, yes. And we have our golf tournament, which is supposed to be the
Right.
largest in Oklahoma.
And that's kind of I think, an extra big deal here, simply because
Right.
formally the CCC
Yes.
is going to be a new venue for golfing and more.
Yes, it's Buffalo Rock. I believe it's Buffalo Rock Golf and Shooting or Golf and Gun. It's still so new and fresh.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to get it to roll off the tongue a little
Right.
bit. So I've been trying to say it several times. But yeah, so we're hoping next year that we'll have our golf tournament and our clay shoot all in one.
That's the gun part of what the new owners envision for the former country club is
Right.
to have that available. I think that's
Yes,
fabulous.
I think so too. And you know, when I mentioned it to our BBQ and Blues committee that they were doing that, they were quite excited for next year. I said, well, let's get through this year first.
Right.
You know?
We don't want to jump ahead to next year.
Right.
Because this is a big event.
It is.
It's a huge undertaking.
It is, and you know, we do it at the chamber. There's just two of us who put this together for the most part. We
Right.
also have a chair for our clay shoot and a chair for our golf tournament. Glenn Rose is our chair for the golf tournament, and
Most
Jody
fitting,
Cundiff,
yeah.
yes. And Jody Cundiff is our chair for the sporting clay, and they are huge helps. But the majority of it, that's why we start in January, because there's just me and my executive assistant who do all this and plan all this. So it's a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work. But our golf tournament is the largest in Oklahoma. I'm also going to get that and make sure that
That's a big deal.
Yes.
I mean, we have got to brag on ourselves about
Exactly,
these things.
exactly.
We've got to tout these things.
Exactly. I'm going to do some research to make sure that's true. I have never heard of a 2-day, 4-round golf tournament, but I don't know. So
Right.
I'm going to be asking around, asking chambers and asking around and seeing if they know of any other golf
And
tournament.
there
in
is
Oklahoma.
huge participation in
Oh yeah, we have over 100
That's
teams.
why it's gotten to be that length of time.
Yes.
Because there's such an overwhelming amount of support for it.
It is just crazy.
Yeah.
We have a waiting list for teams
That's
right
amazing.
now, and we're at 100 teams.
What a great problem that is.
I'm telling you, it really is.
Yeah.
It's an amazing problem. Our clay shoot is still open. It usually stays open until the day of the shoot, and it is going to be in, Quail Ridge
Okay.
in McLeod.
Okay.
I had to say the name of the place first. And there's a casino right by there. So people who are shooting on Thursday, we're trying to get them a package deal at the hotel if they would
Oh,
like to
nice.
stay,
Yeah.
you know, and then wake up early, because they got to be there like at 7:30 in the morning to get to do their round during the clay shoot.
right.
And it's right there across the field.
Nice.
So we're hoping that, and I'm pretty sure that they will. They've been great to work with. So.
Yeah.
And give a little bit of a package deal for those who'd like to just stay the night and wake up early and go to the
Well, and I
shoot.
kind of like your time frame that you've got going for this
Mm-hmm.
year. And it's been at one time frame, and then it's been at another, and now you're selecting this.
Yes.
And I think that's probably, for this time of year, probably a good time range.
Yeah, and it was also, it was our committee who wanted to move it back to
Yeah.
11 a.m. on the public Saturday. And that was due to, there's a lot of CEOs and other upper management that fly in to Cushing for this event. And they want to talk to the public just as
Sure.
much, you know. They would like to know what's going on here and see everything and network with the public. But when it was at 5 o'clock, they were having to catch a plane to get back home,
Right.
wherever they are in the world,
Right.
you know. So they could at least be home by middle of Sunday and spend time
Sure.
with their family and then go right back to work on Monday.
Right.
So the pipeline companies had asked us, requested if we could move it back to 11 a.m. for them. We've only had it at 5 p.m. for the last 2 years, so it wasn't that drastic of a move.
Well,
really.
and that's one of those things where you just try different time frames, trying to
Exactly.
figure out what's going to click and what's going to work. And sometimes you just need to change up the time frame.
Exactly.
And all
Exactly.
things kind of need to have to be revamped and try something different. If it doesn't work, you go on to another
Exactly.
thing. So,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of neat, and I think it's great that you've gotten the feedback.
Yes.
And now you feel like this is probably a best time frame for
Yes.
this event. So.
Absolutely. I really am excited about this one due to that it's the 20th year.
I know, it's
So-
very, very exciting. Well, I think we've got just over a minute left. Anything else going on?
I do believe that we have several events coming up. On May 18th, we actually have a representative from ODOT / Department of Transportation coming in to have a luncheon with the public.
Great.
To answer questions about our Main Street and our
Yes.
Highway 33, and also about our intersections and things like that. So he's come prepared to answer these questions.
Well, you
for
better
us.
get prepared because
I
that's
know.
a big deal
It is.
here in
And that's what I
Cushing.
told him. It's a big deal.
Get
We've
ready,
got to
yeah.
know now.
Yes, and I think that's a wonderful thing to schedule so that the public has an opportunity to have some interaction, because so many people are like, I thought this was supposed to be getting done. Well, there's
Yes.
a process to everything.
There is.
And sometimes that road is long and tedious, but seriously, we are seeing the light on that. And you
Yes.
can find out more about that with this event. And again, that's when?
May 18th at 11:30 a.m. at Steer Inn Restaurant.
Okay, well, Tracy, it sounds like things are hopping and popping
Yes.
at the chamber. So much so, we didn't get the ball in,
I know.
but you'll come back.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll talk more.
Definitely.
All right, we'll be back.
You're watching RDMG TV.